Claressa Shields and Alycia Baumgardner. According to reports and viral footage, an altercation happened backstage at a Most Valuable Promotions event, Jake Paul's company, where Claressa Shields slapped fellow boxing champion Alycia Baumgardner. After a heated verbal exchange, MVP later banned Claressa from all future events indefinitely. Baumgardner later implied Claressa's behavior stemmed from insecurity and emotional instability regarding personal relationships and public image tensions between the two. Claressa claimed Alicia threatened her first and was playing victim. Now, as far as what happened backstage, what do you got?
Alicia did threaten her.
She did?
She did. I mean, I'll give Claressa that. Alicia threatened her. She threatened to beat her, ASS and was talking about how easy it is to do it. I do think
how easy it is to
whoop Claressa. Yeah.
Claressa, the heavyweight champion of the world.
So you can clearly see the girl saying it's easy, and you can clearly hear her saying that she would beat her. Claressa was like, "You ain't finna beat nobody." I do feel like Claressa was provoked.
Okay,
I do.
Now I know what you want to get to, and so let's go ahead and take it straight there. Now, provoked or not, what has been the grapevine chatter between the two ladies? What is the steaming? What is the root issue of their beef?
Okay, so the root issue is the girl Alicia has been saying a lot about Claressa's relationship. We all do. I mean, she is dating a married man, facts. She is a side chick, facts. She goes public and do lies and say that she's not, but she is because the man is still married. Those are facts. We all have had something to say about that because it is what it is. Why hasn't he got a divorce? It's been 2 years now? But anyway, so Alicia has said things about that. She has, done a ton of videos of, playing Remy Ma and stuff. I also think Alicia is a fan.
I seen the training to the Remy Ma diss, which is a hit. I like the song.
Me too.
But I love Claressa as well. So I like both artists. But I did think that I was like, why is she working out to the Remy diss, dissing Claressa joint? And now you telling me that she already has spoke on those folks'
she
business.
Done a live video.
Now I just gotta ask you, just as a woman, I'm not trying to ask you to side chick yourself or anything like that mentally, but was that, if you were Claressa, was that Alicia's business? And see, I heard you say earlier that we all spoke on Claressa business. Now we the general public and we're reporters, okay? We're reporting. And so you talking about that, or you talking about Tasha K or somebody like that? That is Tasha K's job, okay? This is her job. I'm going to talk about Claressa Shields' situation. Now, somebody directly in your same profession, boxing, and a black woman, understanding that this is a very, very small market, okay? Instead of supporting her, I heard you say fan. Instead of supporting her, she's been dissing her. Was Claressa wrong? I gotta ask.
Yeah, I still think Claressa was wrong. I think Claressa and this newfound fame that she has, she's been this Olympic,
but you're talking about the new level.
The new level of it. Yes. It's different for her. It's new for her, and she don't know how to handle it. She has no discipline. She needs a PR team. And yes, I think she was wrong. I think at the level that you're at being the type of celebrity and the brand that you are, you lost that right when you got to this level to react to things emotionally, to react a certain way. Like, no, you can't just walk up to somebody and smack them because they're talking mess or been talking mess or they're a hater, which I think Alicia was hating a little bit. I think Alicia was hating because she is a fan and she admired Claressa at one point. And you know how that's a thin line, it's a borderline between haters and admiration. So I think that's what's going on with Alicia. Alicia. But yeah, I think Claressa needs to really learn. I've been saying this. I think she really needs to learn how to be quiet, not react to everything that somebody got to say, especially when you're in a person that's in your shoes. I do want the best for her. I do think that she's doing great and she came a long way and she's an example for young women. But I also think you're wrong for dating a married man, and as much energy as you put into loving him and exposing him of all the great things that he do and saying, I have you uplifting, you just need to put the same energy to make him get this divorce. You need to get that same energy from him. He needs to invest in you and PR team. She says and does a lot of things that she shouldn't do, that we don't even ask for. Like, we don't even want to see a lot of stuff that she does.
Okay, I have 2 questions. Is Claressa protecting her respect? Was she protecting her respect? Or was she losing emotional control? Now, the reason I asked was she protecting her respect is I heard what you were saying online, and now I'm checking you face to face. I mean, I don't mean no harm, and I know we're not on a professional level like Claressa and Alycia Baumgardner, but I had heard what you were saying, and then it ain't cool to confront you? See, that the word confront sound bad, but it ain't. I wasn't supposed to confront you when I seen you?
No. Not at the level you are. You're not just a regular person walking around that's trying to earn respect, walk in respect. You already got it. You did that when you became the champion of women boxing. You did that when you
went overseas, Olympic champion.
When you were the underdog that got on top. You already did that. So when you already did that, you walk in that. So no, I have no business confronting you about what you got to say about me, because if I wasn't who I am, you wouldn't have nothing to say anyway. So let you say what you got to say. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to walk with the man that you got so much to say about. We're here together. You know what I'm saying? Type of energy. Yeah. I would walk like that. I wish she would walk like that and present herself, but she don't. She, like I said, is new to her. This fame is new. She don't know how to act.
Yeah, I heard all the old folks say that what you think about me and what you say about me is actually your problem. And so from that aspect, from that reasoning, Claressa's a lady. She wasn't reasoning. You done talked about me and my old man. Everybody want to call me a side chick. I can't take frustration out on none of them, but you a fighter.
And that's why they should took it to the ring.
And as soon as the pod started, you said Alycia Baumgardner did provoke heavyweight champion, quote, greatest woman of all time, Claressa Shields. I mean, and that does sound kind of crazy. And Claressa trains with men. What are you doing?
I saw the statement that Alicia, I guess, or her PR team put out. As me being a girly girl,
that was all PR team,
and that type of energy that I have, which I'm not a bouncer, I don't want to fight. So I like the statement, but at the end of the day, if I'm gonna talk mess, if I'm gonna say I'll beat you and I can handle you and this and that, let's take it to the ring. We the fans want to see this. I don't feel like the ban should have been done. I don't feel like Claressa should have been banned. I feel like the Alicia girls, instead of talking about suing, should have been more on how we gonna be able to get this in the ring with 2 different levels of weight or whatever.
Okay, now I understand that. I'm gonna address both of those. Now the ban, this is Jake Paul's first joint. And he's a very young man, trying to turn into a businessman. The boy got a lot of motion going on. I can't let it be in anybody's mind that someone can be harmed at any of my events. And so it went from forever to banned indefinitely. They'll probably lift the ban. You see what I'm saying? But I thought the banning for life was too long. Jake, let her come to the events. But she was being overly emotional. Now, the second thing I want to address was the weight class. Now, you saying what you saying, and you can whoop me, but you need to come up here. Now, Floyd ain't losing weight or dropping. Floyd is going to fight you at where he's comfortable fighting it because he's the greatest. Do you see what I'm saying? And so you got to come up to Floyd. Now, we just watched 2 greats fight, and one guy be crowned a great, which is Terrence Bud Crawford. Fought Canelo. And Bud had to go up to Canelo's weight to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight Bud comfortably at his walking around weight, so maybe he could just whoop Bud. And it didn't work out like that. Bud came up, met him at his weight, and whooped him. Now, back to Alicia and Claressa. I don't mean no harm, because I love both ladies, but you know what I'm saying? I'm a supporter of Claressa, but and Alicia looks great. Her training videos, I watch all her videos. She's awesome, but I don't got her whooping Claressa Shields at any weight.
I don't either. And don't get me wrong, I come hard on Claressa, but that's because I want to see her win. I want to see her be her best. I love the fact that she was an underdog that got on top. I just don't like the way she moved. I don't like the way Pap lack of covering her, or is he even able because he's a married man? I don't know what that's about, but I don't like how he handles.
That could have also been a play. I know you're saying that because he was there, but that could have also been a play. Okay, what is the next big? Claressa been having to go dig people up out the grave to fight old people who can. You see what I'm saying? So let's say Claressa do go down one weight class. Let's say Claressa go down 12 pounds and Alicia go up 15 pounds. Okay, that would make a great. That's a battle of the Titans right there. So what I'm saying is that could have been a play. I don't know. But I do see what you're saying. It didn't look like she was covered if Pat was right there in the video. All right, now, my last question on this topic before we move forward is, when competitors attack your personal life, is physical retaliation understandable? We're talking about women, okay? Claressa wasn't using no logic, okay? This is all emotional. I heard what you had said, like I said earlier, and I know you addressed it, but is it understandable?
I'm gonna say no, not even at any level. I just feel like if somebody's got so much to say about me at this big, grown, mature age, I have no business walking up to them. I heard you said this, so keep my name. Like, I don't care about what you got to say about me. I don't care what your opinion is. I see you, and I'm gonna keep it cute. Hey. You don't even want to speak to me for real because you've been talking about me. But hey,
so you would have spoke to Alicia.
I would have spoken, kept my arm that you've been talking about.
Okay, hold on. Now, what if that was the case and Alicia had something to say? Do you see? We don't know.
The video shows it looks like Claressa was in her feelings. She had the opportunity, and Claressa behavior shows this. Claressa goes back and forth and comments and posts and stuff. That's what she do. She go live and address people. We don't have no idea who they were until Claressa addressed them. You know, that's what she does. She does emotional, and I just wish she would get It'd be so. I see her. I follow her on Snap, so she be like her discipline and how she eats and her get up and her runs, and it'd be like, man, that's amazing to watch.
You saying bring it full circle?
Put that discipline in, shutting the hell up.
Yeah.
Stop commenting. You should have saw her, spoke, and had Papa and give her something else to talk about.
Yeah.
Not walk up because you're in your feelings and want her to keep your name out her mouth and your man. Because most of the time, who can make, even if you fight somebody, that ain't gonna stop them from keeping your name out their mouth.
I only asked it because I thought it was
crazy.
I only asked because I did think it was slightly understandable. Okay, my
certain perspective, not where I'm at in my life.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying they're in the same profession, both relatively young women, and I was just thinking, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure it's hurtful to be called a side chick, you know what I'm saying?
Even
since the situation.
Truth hurts sometimes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, truth hurts. Yeah, she's a side chick, and it probably does hurt her to realize that she's a side chick because she's been in denial in many videos and comments.
Okay. Let's move forward. Let's just go straight to the Kevin Hart Netflix roast. And I want to just go straight to Sheryl. Some of the jokes became racially uncomfortable. And people online heavily criticized the comedians for the jokes on Sheryl Underwood. What did you think about it? Was it too far? We watched it in real time. How did you feel about the jokes on Sheryl? And even better, Dr. Umar said that it was not a Kevin Hart roast, but a get back for what had been done by Drewski towards what's your man's name? The young man who had got assassinated, his wife.
The Kirk guy.
Charlie Kirk.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as watching it in real time, I personally didn't feel the offense as some people or Dr. Umar said that we should have taken. I didn't. I felt like someone was too far, like with the Sheryl. But when they was like, they asked her permission, I was like, oh, well, she gave them permission. I know me personally, it would probably still be a sensitive. I don't care how long it be if my husband has passed.
And they said the same joke like seven times.
So many times. So yeah, it would have been too much for me. But if you got permission, and she felt like it didn't. And again, I do feel like maybe Sheryl played the role because, it is hard for a Black woman in that type of industry. So I do feel that. I do feel like some woman was very borderline and borderline racist. I didn't feel like they were just over the top racist, but I do think it was borderline. I do appreciate Dr. Umar opening my eyes and broadening my perspective to see, oh yeah, maybe I should have looked at it like that because that was a lot. That's why I felt the uncomfort during the time while watching it. So I do appreciate that, but I think it just needs to be a boundary set when it comes to those, because you have to have, when it comes to a roast, it's certain jokes and it's going to be, probably over the top. So it just needs to be a boundary set. I felt more uncomfortable for Sheryl and what's her name? Chelsea,
yeah. The white lady who, they dogged her out.
Than Kevin Hart himself. I felt like in real time uncomfortable for her. Like watching, like, man, they keep coming at her. Like, man, and she was just smiling through it. I felt uncomfortable for her. And I did feel like it was borderline with Sheryl, but I mean, when they say she gave it okay, I can only be.
Well, in my opinion, from Cheryl's rebuttal, she got called out, it seems like, after she got slaughtered, you know what I'm saying, comically. It seemed like she was a little bothered. A few sections of the roast was definitely cringe-worthy. Everybody's talking about the Sheryl, but for me, calling a man dad a crackhead like 10 times, that was pretty.
And not being there.
That was pretty cringe-worthy. The Sheryl jokes did. Some of those were, after the first couple, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, she real Black and she got big gums. Okay, great. But to address what you said a minute ago, it's hard for a woman like Sheryl to be in the industry or to make it successfully in the industry. Well, Sheryl been doing this since before social media. She's a wonderful comic. Mm-hmm. Okay, she's got really great sets and she's got an audience, the Black woman. You see what I'm saying?
And I was impressed when she got up and got the mic.
Yeah. She did her thing. I mean, she 30 years deep. She's super smart, clever, and witty. And so I disagree that even if they got permission from her, see, it's a reason that you call me and ask me, could you do this? Because off the top, you already know you're in the wrong. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But this the comedy world. And I do think in comedy, the only reason I'm cool with it is because I want comedians to be able to say whatever they want to say. When we was, I mean, I like the white boy weird racist jokes. You see what I'm saying? Because I like getting a glimpse into their real thought process. You see what I'm saying? Because the best jokes always have truth in it. And some of the truth that there was from some of the comedians was, this is how we truly feel. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Every joke that they said about Kevin Hart movies suck and he needed The Rock to carry him all these years through his career. That's how they truly feel about Kevin, even though they said it in the form of a joke and it's funny. But they do feel like his movies suck. You see? And that's how I feel about it. I don't know if it was, I know they're trying to like box some of those comedians into just being pure racists, and I don't see that. But it's hard to disagree with some of the things that Dr. Umar did say. Mm-hmm. I did like that sex portion of the interview with Art. But moving forward, do you think that the internet made everybody sensitive overly sensitive to joking. This nothing to do with the Kevin Hart joint, but like, you know, going back a few years, Dave Chappelle can't say nothing about LGBTQIA no more. The white boys can't do they little slick racist jokes no more. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want all of them.
I definitely think it's very sensitive. They made it too sensitive, which is why I didn't want to even play into, you know, when I felt the uncomfortable watching, I was like, oh, well, we should be able to have the freedom of speech. We should be able to say what we want to say in a form or a joke without somebody ready to counsel somebody or cry about it. So, yeah. I definitely think so.
Yeah. I do think that they still took it a little too far. Just, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think they took it just a little too far with the Sheryl and the white lady that you're talking about, and maybe Kevin's dad. I mean, my goodness, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
that was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot for me. Those were the cringeworthy moments in that roast that made me think that it was more than worth mentioning. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I don't know if anybody cares about this, but Cardi and Stefon Diggs appear to be back together. They were recently seen together again after the breakup. Reports say Diggs has been trying to step it up and repair the relationship. Why do celebrity couples keep reconciling publicly? I.e., Cardi, i.e., Meg, whoever, you know what I'm saying, breaks up and get back together. What do you think that that's smart?
I think they have to do it because fans don't just watch; they participate, emotionally. So when we see certain things, it's not, oh, everybody got something to say. They want their feed, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, they feel like they have to do certain things publicly. What I like about Cardi is that she's pretty authentic and true to who she is. So she's just like, there was a video since they've been trying to make it work. Where they was arguing outside, I think.
Restaurant.
And she was like, and she commented and was like, y'all ain't never been hungry and had to cuss out your baby daddy. You know, like she makes it more relatable. And that's true. You know, you're going to have your ups and downs in relationships. So I'm not mad at I just never saw Cardi, and I think I said that on a previous part with him and all these baby mamas and stuff. I just wanted her with someone else, but I'm not mad if she wants to make it work or reconcile their relationship.
Second question on Cardi, or not just Cardi, can public women truly have a private relationship?
Public women have a private relationship? No. Not when you got somebody always with a phone that got a camera on it that we might see, and you might have to justify why this picture is floating around, why this is being said. You know, it's kind of hard. And then Cardi case, you know, I'm not even for certain if her and Offset still have the divorce is final. You know what I'm saying? And then you had all these kids with your husband, and then the last child is, you know, by this guy, and it's just, it's a lot. So no, I don't believe you can have.
I'm going to ask a question about an older superstar. I just got to, and I hate to even call her older because we love her so much. Do you think Janet got anywhere near still the same amount of fans like Cardi got?
I think Janet might have more. But
Janet might have more fans.
The difference between Janet...
No. Let me land. Let me land. Don't do me like that. Now, Janet, the last year or so, only got seen one time with one guy, which is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's son, Louis Farrakhan Jr. Nobody even knows that. How does Janet keep all her relationships private opposed to another woman? The reason I ask that is, do the women want to keep do public women want to keep their relationships private? You see what I'm saying? Because it seems like it can be done.
It can definitely be done, but the problem is they don't want to do it because people want to be seen. They like the attention. It keeps them in motion, you know, and all that stuff. So a lot of times if you came in the game this way by being in the public eye, being known, you're going to try to keep it up that way. I think Janet always came in the game with being able to control the narrative of what was seen, what was put out into the public, and she's just going to operate that way.
That's how Janet operates, yeah. But I couldn't help but bring her up because I think that more superstars, younger superstars, should just take the blueprint and operate like Janet. my goodness, you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
think Beyonce only show what
Yeah,
she
no,
wants to show.
No, Beyonce is the same thing as Janet them.
Yeah,
She in the same
she's gonna
category.
show what she wants
But
to
she
show.
been married 20 years. So, I mean, you see, yeah, she's not just dating random, you see what I'm saying, guys, and letting it be known.
And I know I'm just gonna kind of throw this in there because we just did a video about covering. But when I think about Janet and I think about Beyonce, they had their fathers as protective, as harsh, and whatever they might be. They was covering and protecting them and moved a certain way. So these girls continue to move that way until they got their husbands. I'm just saying, Cardi. I'm not talking against Cardi's father. I'm just saying we didn't know much about Cardi's family like that. We know Cardi from being in the public of stripping and reality TV. So
and Joe Jackson and Mr. Knowles, nobody even likes them. Nobody likes good fathers. I don't know why. Nobody, you know, they good, great black fathers. I love Joe Jackson. I look up to him. He's one of the people I look up to throughout my life. Since I seen the Michael Jackson movie when I was little, the real movie that we got to see. I think it might have been a Lifetime movie. Yeah, it was just great. And I absolutely love Joe Jackson ever since then. And Beyonce's dad,
Matthew Knowles.
Yeah, I only heard good things about him, never heard anything negative. I think he's really a great dad. They say that he was trying to protect, he was overbearing. So, I guess that's bad. Now, you see what I'm saying? Anyway, moving forward, the new Drake came out. We both listened to the new Drake. First of all, what was your first thoughts on Drake's new album?
My first thought was I wasn't mad at it. I like Drake art. I like it reminding me, okay, this makes sense. I do feel like I think a first impression was, oh, he's still a little bitter on the butt whooping he got from Kendrick. He's still in his feelings a little bit, but him putting it into music, him going into his art and being Drake, I wasn't mad at that.
I definitely liked it, the cocooning of Drake and the butterfly that we now call Iceman. Like I told you off camera, how would we ever see the old Drake again? This is the only thing that we're going to be able to see is the aftermath Drake. Drake went through a war, drug, okay? Went through the trenches, died, came back. He's the phoenix that rose from the ashes. Okay, and I thought it was an absolutely wonderful album. I haven't listened to Habibti or however you pronounce that, but the Iceman album is an absolutely wonderful album. I don't want to trip out and say instant classic, but there are songs on there that I mean, Shebang is not going away. I can't with where she at. It's not going anywhere. You're going to hear these bangers the rest of the year and next year, throughout the summer and the winter, and it just is what it is. I think Drake is still the best rap artist. Okay, now the best rapper, I just got to clarify. I can't let that go like that. The best lyricist, active, super active, is Kendrick. Drake is the best rap artist.
Do you think Kendrick forced Drake to become more calculated lyrically with his lyrics?
Drake has always been super calculated with his lyrics.
You think so?
Yes. I've always listened to both of those guys, every album, every song. And Drake has always been calculated with his lyrics. It's just now it seems like Kendrick forced him to step out of his comfort zone, which was making music for kids. No harm to Drake. And now Drake seems like he's making music for the 40s. You see, he's being more vulnerable with the music, expressing what his dad's going through, expressing what he's mentally going through, turning 40 this year, what that does to a person's psychology. I didn't see no YN women in the videos. I seen an old white woman in the videos, like he got upset because black women turned their backs on him during the war. He got upset. He put a old white woman, she was absolutely beautiful.
She was.
Don't you ever get it twisted. In the video, opposed to a sister. That was weird for me. Not a first for Drake, but weird because normally that cameo would have been done by a black woman. What did you think about that?
I mean, I was very impressed with the videos, and I like how he kept it hometown, from where he's from. I like the fact whether they were black or white. I mean, I would have preferred them to be black, of course, but I do like their older women in the videos.
Now let's go through some of the Make Them Remember, the LeBron James diss. That's the song that's on. Make Them Remember. Drake was really hurt by LeBron supporting Kendrick. They must have been really close. Of course, the Kendrick Lamar disses, we all know those. The DJ Khaled diss. He took shots at DJ Khaled as well.
Was it the maid of honor? No.
No, I don't think so. I can't remember. I'll be telling you a lie.
Okay.
Did Kendrick damage Drake's image or expose what people already felt?
I think it did a little bit of both.
I think so too.
I think it did a little bit of both. I think it kind of damaged, and I think Drake coming out with this album showing us why we liked him and his diverse music artistry is great. And yeah, I think that he also exposed them.
I think Drake's biggest issue is public perception.
Mm-hmm.
And since he cares what the public thinks so obviously so deeply, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know, but you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
You see,
yeah, he's still damaged.
I don't know if I would use the word damaged. I would say that he's on the other side of whatever happened, whatever he went through.
I think he's still hurt.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, when my granny died in 1998, see, I never even bring it up. I'm still hurt now. Do I ever stop hurting from my grandmother, Inez Orr, born 1910, died 1998? Am I not still hurt from that? Do you see?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but you don't really talk about it.
Drake suffered a loss.
Yeah, he did.
Drake was exposed.
Yeah, he did.
Okay?
You're right.
Drake suffered a loss. He was exposed.
You're right.
He'll never not be whatever you saying that you calling it hurt, and that's cool. But I'm not sitting here crying over grandma no more. Unless I'm not in deep thought. I'm not alone in my closet. You feel me? I ain't doing my thing with God right now. And I ain't thinking about grandma. And I ain't thinking about a sad time.
Right.
I don't think that when Drake stepped in that booth that he had all that on his mind at that point. I think he really had concentrating on making an album. Not only an album, the boy made 3 albums. Okay? The boy dropped 3 albums in one day. Unheard of.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
And so I think that we're seeing the new version of the adult version of Drake after a war that he lost. I hate to even say this, it is what it is. We love Kendrick Lamar here as well. But he lost a war, and it's just the version of Drake we're going to see. That's what I think. You see what I'm saying? If you ever lost somebody, you'll know what I'm talking about. Drake lost somebody, a part of himself.
Yeah.
No, you can't talk about, we don't care about hearing but about the 23-year-old you was knocking down. You're 39. You supposed to be able to, that's road trash. Now that's like taking candy from a baby, literally. What are we talking about? I better not go outside today with all this swag and how thick it is on me. I better not. Okay? Just the way I talk, I'm gonna bust down a 23-year-old by accident. She's not even attractive. You feel me? It's not worth the hunt, is what we saying. Okay? And so now we're getting a new version of Drake. You ain't gonna hear about that no more. You're gonna see a new version. Now, his relationship with LeBron, do you think it's recoverable?
No. I mean, I wouldn't. If I was LeBron, I wouldn't care.
Do you think that LeBron heard the one that we heard that got deleted the next day? Do you think that he heard the whole leak?
I'm sure he did. It probably was sent to him prior.
Yeah. I was thinking, man, do he know that LeBron kids and wife gonna hear this?
I don't think LeBron gives that much energy.
I do think LeBron cares.
I think
LeBron cares about their relationship.
If you want to,
that's why he went on stage with Kendrick. He went to the joint. He wasn't on stage with Kendrick. Was he on stage with Kendrick dancing? Oh my God!
I don't know. I just think LeBron is probably he seems like the type of man. If you want to reconcile the relationship, let's do it. If not, oh well, life goes on. I did and said what I did.
He is a self-made billionaire. I mean, he don't got time for little drama.
I said
like
what
this.
I said. I supported what I supported. It is what it is.
Okay. All right. Moving forward, what did you think about the Netflix series Nemesis.
Loved it. Oh my goodness. I want more shows like that. Tyler Perry, I think, has been trying to hold us down, but what's her name? Courtney Kemp. I think everyone who loved Power, loved Ghost, wanted her writing back. I get 50 kind of took over that and kind of painted the narrative and stuff, but her writing skills, she just reminded us why we love her. Definitely want more of it. Proud of her. I think I seen something that said, I don't know why when it comes to like stuff like these type of shows, we always rooting for the bad guy. We want the drug dealer, the bad cop. It was the good cop, but nobody really liked the good cop. I know I didn't. I mean,
he was doing too much. Now, let me go ahead and ask you about a couple characters. But first, I'll address what you said about the young lady who, what did you say her name was?
Courtney Kemp.
She's awesome. And it wasn't just her writing. Obviously, her... like her designs, her sets, like the things that the actors wear was similar. Like I felt all that, like people wearing the high fashion.
Yes.
Yes. I hate to say, I mean, I do like that.
I think it's the characters that she write. They have to match.
Well, I think it's her whole team coming with her. She's coming with a whole team.
Yeah,
Not to mention, she's coming with some support. Somebody, all these clothes ain't just being bought. Somebody handing these clothes down, saying, put this on your joint. And you know what I'm saying? So as a promotion. Anyway, how did you feel about Brother Coltrane? He just seemed addicted to these heists. He seemed addicted, even when it was, he already got enough to get out. He's already a businessman, very similar to a Ghost character. What did you think about Brother Coltrane and his character, his role that he played?
I think it was more about loyalty. Yeah, he could have got out. I think he kept doing the heist because he kept a word. Like, I think it was something about a man honoring their word and being loyalty to the people that they're bringing along. And he promised them a certain amount of heist. He promised them that I'm going to stay until we get this done. And I think, it would have been easier to just, I already got my money. I already got the brand, you know what I'm saying, and the image I want to go legit. But I think his loyalty, and I think that's why we kind of like those type of characters, because we want to identify with the loyalty and being there for those who, you know what I'm saying, and honoring our word. And so, I think that's what it was more about.
Now, I'm with that, and that sounds cool. But at what, the main character from the Lakers show that played Magic Johnson is also featured in the Nemesis show. Ooh. Now, this guy, at what point, because we love the Lord here, so we don't want to say do you kill him, but at what point do you write him off of the show? Okay, at what point do you write him off the show? At what point did he do too much to you? Because there's no way that he should have made it as far as he did.
Too much. But I think that's what makes it so realistic and why we love the show, because there are people in our life that we know that we should probably been cut ties with, distant ourselves from, but because our love for them, wanting them and hoping that they'll get better, hoping that they'll choose better, we stay connected. And sometimes you just got to know when to cut it off. Like, we was friends, but me being still friends with you doesn't benefit or help me with my growth or help me get to where, and I can see if I stay connected to you, you're going to even bring me to your level or have me in a situation that's not good for me. And I think that's always been hard to identify when it comes to real life people, you know what I'm saying, just knowing when to cut it out, because who wants to cut off somebody they truly love and care and want to see the best for them?
Who was worse as far as ruining the plot? The Magic Johnson character, I'm sorry, I don't know, I can't remember his name in real time, or Tommy?
I said the Magic Johnson character.
Okay, all right, okay, me too. Now, this guy jeopardized everybody's lives. Several times. Okay, so I get what you're saying, you know what I'm saying, but at what point do you cut off your finger to save your hand?
I think one time I forgave you. After the second time you showed me, once you show me who you are, I have to believe it.
Once you show me that you got a gambling habit, and we do heists, There's no need to gamble. We're busting down 750,000.
Once you show me who you are, I have to believe it.
Yeah.
He showed them several times who he was.
Now, Coltrane's wife, very vulnerable. Did she also cheat on him with the DA, district attorney?
Not Coltrane's wife. You talking about
the detective's wife?
What's his
Jesus
name?
Christ!
What was his name?
What was his name?
Even think of
I liked
his
him.
name.
Let's go find
the good guy, Isaiah Styles.
Isaiah Styles.
His wife did.
Okay.
But to her defense, and I'm not saying
she liked that in every show, right? She ended up getting bust down.
No, she do not. No, she do not.
Okay.
No, she don't. But to her defense, she really was trying. Like she was trying to be a good wife. She was trying to, and he kept. I blame Isaiah for her cheating. I'm sorry, I do. I blame him. Clearly, this man has been at me. I kind of told you this man was at me. I have begged you to choose me first over, you know what I'm saying? You so obsessed with your work and what you got going on. What am I supposed to do eventually?
Jannar, in our real relationship, we done talked about like people, he's a man. He has to like go with what he felt like. He just obviously he was so compelled and so caught up in that in that case.
What happens when a man abandons his wife?
He causes her to I forget, man, it's in the word.
Yeah.
It's in the word. Boy, it's bad too. It's bad too. I think he causes her to commit adultery.
He had not only abandoned his wife, he abandoned his child. I mean, we watched the show together.
He abandoned his wife and child.
You don't think so? He left his child. He supposed to been about his child. His child was so happy that his dad was spending time with him.
That he was trying to.
He was so caught up.
He went to the granddaddy. Man, you can't spend time with him. I'm going to granddaddy.
He was so caught up in his work. He left the child. Didn't give him a ride home. Called him an Uber. Like that's abandonment. You abandon me and your child. What am I supposed to do? And you got somebody who is constantly knocking at the door, trying to get my attention. In your face.
They can't knock at the door and try to get your attention if the door isn't cracked. If your attention isn't there to be had.
You left the door cracked when you walked out and abandoned me.
I didn't see the moment that he walked out and abandoned me.
At the party, at the event,
Over
when
the
you
case.
left and didn't even give me a ride and stuff. You left that door open. Now I gotta get a ride. Here he go. He ready to take me home.
Knight in shining armor.
Ready to take me home.
Tall, good
You didn't
looking.
even give me a courtesy to let me know you left. So yeah, I love the show. I'm ready for season 2. And I'm not going to bash her for cheating because I do put a lot of the weight and blame on the husband character.
I can't even believe that. Okay. Last character.
She was wrong. Don't get me wrong.
She was
wrong.
She was wrong.
And she didn't have to fall into it, but yeah, I still put
She
it.
fell right
I'm not
into
going to
it.
cancel her out because I like her as an actress.
Not to mention that the DA was Isaiah's hater. And at some point, it seemed like he was supporting him. But
as a friend and becoming it, like he was a hater disguised as a friend.
You're trying to bust my wife down behind, unbeknownst to me.
At her,
You're a hater. Okay, now, Styles' dad.
Nightmare.
Yeah. Well, what did you think about the Nightmare character?
I like Nightmare.
I hated the Nightmare. Did he get killed?
Yeah.
At the
Spoiler
end,
alert.
he wasn't as. Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys. He wasn't as slick as he thought he was. The boy was slick, pause, but he wasn't. He wasn't what he thought he was.
I think he kind of got old, and maybe he wasn't as slick, or maybe he knew the chances he was taking. But I like Nightmare.
Nightmare could have got away.
Yeah, he could have.
Nightmare could have got away if he didn't have feelings for his family.
But he had feelings for his son and grandchild, and I think that's why he didn't just leave.
Brother Coltrane knew just where to catch brother. Oh no, somebody sent him a text, right? Somebody texted Coltrane and told him where Nightmare was at.
Something like that.
Well,
No,
like
I
that,
think he had an idea. I think he already had an idea.
Okay.
But either way, I'm not mad at the character Nightmare. I think Nightmare made a lot of mistakes, but he is who he is. He was grounded in who he is, and he died being the person exactly who he was.
I gotta bring her up. Coltrane's old lady, Coltrane's baby mama sister, who's seemed like the mastermind behind what Coltrane had going on. I liked her character. What did you think about her? Too masculine?
I think that's what the independent woman look like in modern day. She looks lonely or bisexual or
She didn't look lonely. She didn't look lonely.
She looks like a person who doesn't have a man. I think the independent modern woman looks like a person who doesn't have a man, a very strong, independent woman who feel like they don't need a man. I think she's a perfect example of what that looks like.
We're going to leave it there, guys. All right, babe. That's it. Thanks for joining the show. Let us know how far you got in by commenting Coltrane. that's for our real core audience members. Whoever watched this to the end, just type Coltrane.
And join the membership. We got some special things coming up.
Yeah, join the membership, man. You want to be a member. And thanks for joining the show, guys. And that's Major.
That's Major.